In this episode, we witness Duke William's reunion with his friend. Joyful though it is, Nicole feels tense and scared, rushing to prepare. His whole plan got derailed, and now he's stuck playing the violin just to keep the lights on. Only after work can he chat with his friend. For the surviving nobles, they're lucky, but who knows how long it'll last. It's inevitable that Judge Nobles face death, but who knows if these living ones won't fall again. The only choice seems to be fleeing, and Nicole knows someone who can help everyone escape safely, but the Duke opts against running. Fleeing just feels too troublesome. He'd rather face the coming storm with style. A quick death might be a relief, but endless torture is a nightmare. During a haircut, the barber pranked him, snipping his prided mustache, shattering the Duke's hotel safety illusion. Next, the hotel manager summoned him after hearing staff call him Your Grace, reminding them not to refer to him that way because it involves the hotel secret to keeping the doors open. The manager whispered to the Duke that every room here is under surveillance. This is how they catch those disloyal to the state, and the Duke's room gets searched every so often. Clearly, they're waiting for the Duke to slip, and this stress has changed his mindset. When Nicola returned to perform at the hotel, the Duke sought him out to ask for the details on escaping Moscow. He handed all his cash to Nicola, while waiting by the door every day for good news. Meanwhile, a little girl named Nina, who knew the Duke, claimed she had the way to escape. Armed with the hotel master key, she took the Duke behind the glitzy hotel to boiler that incinerated illicit love letters. There was a ceiling overseeing the entire ballroom, and she also noticed the power switch for the hotel. And even more so, she had scarcely ever paid attention to the lives of ordinary folks. Next, she took the Duke to where her father worked, where he unexpectedly saw what she dreaded. Nicola had already made it onto the list. When they met again, the Duke informed Nicole of this and urged him to make a hasty exit. After all, it's easier to run alone than with someone. She thought of other ways. Nicola could only leave the newly acquired documents with the Duke for emergencies, but he returned them immediately. Clearly, Nicola needed that proof more than he did, and the hotel staff noticed everything. Soon, an unexpected guest showed up during Nicola's performance, smashing his beloved violin. Nobody dared to stand up and question it. Everyone could only watch as Nicola was dragged away by soldiers, and the Duke froze at the hotel entrance. Outside, there was a response, a gunshot, and a noble vanished. A bald official emerged behind the Duke, having waited for him to exit the hotel. They became aware of Nicola's attempt to bribe the surveillance staff in order to obtain documents. Unfortunately, the Duke's unintended move meant he didn't provide any evidence. Next time, he might not be so lucky. Clearly, as the hotel manager stated, this place is crawling with their spies. Escaping here is as tough as climbing a mountain, and ever since Nicola was killed, the Duke began to give up on escape. However, he inadvertently found a brand new room behind the closet in his attic, specifically caught by the gusts of wind blowing into a shattered rooftop glass pane. This became a secret hideout for the Duke and Nina, where he used planks to repair the roof. Together, the Duke and Nina began to clean up, laying thick carpets on the floor and carefully decorating the warm space. This became their place to chat about life, miles apart from the Duke's attic. No doubt this place was several levels better, but the Duke still had to sleep in the frigid attic while soldier searches had no set schedule, aside from today's board official showing up. This posed a fatal question for the Duke regarding his acquaintance with the revolutionary leader Moscow. That day, the Duke and Nina peered down from the ceiling at the crowd and directly confronted him, simply because the Duke prevented him from marrying his wife's sister, which Moscow found utterly humiliating. Clearly, he was eager to uncover some unknown secrets about Moscow, but the Duke was absolutely not the type to engage in gossip behind someone's back. The bald man could only leave disgruntled, warning the Duke to think carefully about his situation. But if you abandon your principles as a human, what's the distinction and significance between being alive and being dead? While strolling in a hotel, seeing his Western friend Moscow beaten at the pulp, he took off his coat for someone to watch, but was taken home by the Duke. This made him reflect on his situation. When he saw Moscow being beaten, he jumped in to help. Once more, former classmates were seated together, and it seemed as though their pure friendship had returned to its former days. But ideological clashes led to their unhappy parting, making mutual understanding difficult. As if rewarding the Duke for his bravery, a daytime starlet invited him for drinks, but this invitation was a ruse. The real motive was to spend a night together. A fleeting thrill didn't match the lost friendship. Nina would soon go to school with her father, leaving the Duke without a confidant. On top of that, the bold official seemed to take an interest in the Duke, always seeking information about Moscow. The Duke's response? Absolutely no betraying friends. On Christmas Eve, Nina shared one last dinner with him. She asked him to open it after midnight, but clearly, a year together made their separation heart-wrenching for Nina. For the Duke, this friend after a year was truly a treasure, as her heart brimmed with profound feelings. Her heart was filled with deep emotions, realizing that the Duke's response meant they'd find it hard to reunite in this lifetime. Right after that, the Duke was invited by Miss Scott to join the hotel staff for a festive dinner, making him feel alive. Their festive celebration required neither lavish outfits nor servants to highlight it. The unique happiness made it unforgettable, and the drinks offered a momentary escape from worries. Sadly, they all eventually had to confront reality and return to their daily lives. Clearly, it was entirely Miss Scott's assistance that kept the Duke alive until today. The friendship between men is careful yet deep, and the two once again embraced like brothers. Everything was communicated in silence, and at midnight, the Duke finally opened Nina's gift, a key that could unlock every door in the hotel. As he gazed at the key, the Duke remembered that long locked room, and upon opening it, sunlight poured directly onto the stairs. Following the stairs all the way up to the hotel's top, the outside chill thrilled him as he felt freedom. 4 years have passed, and the current era is one the Duke can no longer fathom. All that's left within him is shock and unease. After this episode comes to a close, please make sure not to miss out and subscribe to our channel for the latest and even more exciting content.